Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Florida Gators. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Volunteers will kick it away to start us off. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Gators' return team will have that offense backed up. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
First down for this offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Here comes the option. The pitch. At the 40, there he goes. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. And the Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you this is going to be more of the same, Paul.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. After picking up this first down on the ground, let's see what they do. Wide receiver now comes in motion. To the ground. He's got it again. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
just ran over him. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Movement here from the tight end. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's got it and still on his feet. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
He caught it! Takes it to the house! Touchdown, Florida!
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculate it down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on third down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Florida Gators offense has its first opportunity of the day. The big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Oh, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes. Better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
And these guys are going to be right in the middle of the field, flying all over the field, and quarterbacks will make sure that they are locked in and not throwing the ball near those guys.
Jones to throw. Feeling some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
Off the play fake. Looking down the middle. Fires into traffic. Picked off. Got room on the return. The 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Gators! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, man. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
quickly out to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. And the Vols will hustle to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only
fires into traffic, intercepted. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
To the ground with the back. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one. Here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Oh, he got loose. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Fires to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Quick release on the RPO. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Florida! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Hand off from the shotgun. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Line getting set on second down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Now they'll run the draw. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1. And the Volunteers moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They bring the punter onto the field now. He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, though.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Quarterback checking off. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And that pass intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
But no doubt about it, there were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
They worked that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. Jones wants to throw it. They're bringing heat. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The Vols will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. Plows through the defense. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not a really huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, yeah, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
Hey, give the defense a lot of credit on that one. 3rd and about 5. Offense going RPO, so they're really putting you in a bind, but everybody doing a nice job reading their keys, and they're able to stop the back short of the 1st down marker. Big decision coming up here for the offense.
Still on his feet at the 45. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
On the option. He'll pitch it. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a 1st down for this offense. The Gators are rolling down the field. Quarterback checking the play. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he's got it! Touchdown, Gator! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Running game got stuffed on first down, still from their own 25 on 2nd and 10. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Got his man in the middle. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. The Volunteers decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Pressure coming. He's going to run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Here on 3rd down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
He's got great speed. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this off.
Can anyone catch him? And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. That big play really has them in business. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Pulls it and fires to the left. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping it.
Hold it, finds his man on the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception. First down here for the offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing, trying to make magic with his feet. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. The play-action fake. Escapes trouble. The Gators will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Looking to move it through the air. Steps away to find some room. Pulls it in inside the 10. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Gator! Well, somebody's been doing their box jumps.
Wait, Ryan, getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
Florida, 42, Tennessee, 0.
He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this
Makes the catch down the right side. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
You see it so much in college football when they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space. Keep doing that.
Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground. And the Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's got the back in the middle.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Getting some heat. Finds his back in the middle. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. Jones to throw. He looks that one in nicely. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Finds his big tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. And stampeding through the defense. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And it's been a clinic in fundamental defensive football. Both teams have been relentless and ball hawking, refusing to give an inch. This is the kind of slugfest that real football fans love. Crushing tackles and dudes flying into gaps and passing lanes. A testament to the discipline both of these teams have shown. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Gators will boot it away to start the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They go right back to him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
And the Volunteers send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll bring it back. It's Tanner. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Now on the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, this quarterback has tried to do some damage in this game with his feet. He just hasn't been able to. Just nowhere for him to go so far, and you saw it on that last play there.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He tries to take the top off. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Gators will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. But the ball pops out on the return. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. The offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Off the RPO, complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Jones wants to throw it. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. That last completion still leaving them with a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
And I love what the quarterback did with his eyes there. 3rd down, you're throwing the hitch against zone. You've got to freeze defenders because they're all watching you. If you eyeball that throw, someone could pick that off and take it to the house. So great job with his eye discipline.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing.
And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. On the move, it's Tanner. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, they get another big run for a 1st down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw, trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Crosses the 30. He's got away. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
To the air on first down. Makes the grab. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Using his feet. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? On the option. Now the pitch. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. Hard-hitting tackle.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be king.
Touchdown, Florida! And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
Florida. Tennessee, 3.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Jones to throw. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Short fields make successful offenses, just what they want here. Trying to find his man on first down. They're trying to get to it. Complete downfield. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! And the beatdown has ensued. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up by 32 over USC. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jones wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Finds the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Trying play action. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about chipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
It's caught. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense, getting him to the ground for no gain.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! And the pummeling has started. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Florida 63, Tennessee 3.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Pulls and fires complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
The give to the tailback. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Motion from the offense. Looking to throw for it. He lobs one high down the left side. And he throws another interception.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback adapting. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
There's something you don't see very often. A sack on a screen pass. You know, quarterbacks are taught to hold the ball, hold the ball, hold the ball, and then get rid of it right before the rush gets to you. But that time, I think he just held on to it a little too long.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the first down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
The Gators will punt it away on fourth down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Florida.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. He'll pull it down and run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They go to the ground. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Pocket starts to collapse. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Touchdown ball. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll throw it on first down. Feeling some heat. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The give to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
In situations like this, offensively, when you've got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Quick release by the QB. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
He now has 80 yards on the ground and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Finds his tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. The Gators get it past the sticks.
Man, that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first down. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Play number 10 on this series. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wants to pass. They're bringing heat. Dances away from the heat. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. He'll take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Avoids pressure. He'll pull it down. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Well, the the defense just spent a whole lot of energy, too. That was a long play. That developed and took time, and they were pursuing, and they weren't able to get him initially. So you got dudes huffing and puffing and sucking wind, and this offense all of a sudden down close to your goal line. You might want to consider subbing some fresh bodies out on the field.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You try to catch him off balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2. A 3rd and goal call here from the 2. Let's see if they can finish the deal. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So the 16-play drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they've just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Wide open downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And this is exactly where you're going to be as an offensive coordinator. Like, when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they've put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. He's got 99 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. And
the quarterback is snowed under. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one.
Fires and picked off. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. After this, it'll be a wrap. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Unleashes one deep. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be